for watching my journey to Playa del Carmen. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Day 2 of my journey, I'll give you feedback of my free hotel breakfast, then take you along a magical experience to a cenote. If you love food, then you wouldn't want to miss my review of Harry's Steakhouse. Lastly, I'll show you where you can enjoy free art. Hopefully, this all will help you plan your next trip. The breakfast costs 180 pesos per person, which is $9.65. Savings of $20 a day was well worth it. Plus, the view is incredible. Sitting there, just enjoying the view was well worth the free breakfast. Breakfast consists of fruits, small yogurt, toast and croissants, orange juice, coffee, and tea. My favorite part of the breakfast was the toast with coconut butter. That coconut butter was so good. Now that our tummy is full, it's time for our first cenote. It was about 25 minutes away from the hotel. Cenote is a natural pit or sinkhole resulting from a collapse of limestone bedrock that exposes groundwater underneath. You can email Chaak Tun to book a private car to pick you up from your hotel to their location. It was $15 each way, making a total of $30. There are taxi drivers all over 5th Street, but I thought they were a little sketchy, so throughout our entire trip, we had a private driver that we booked in advance to get around.
If you look at the middle, you will see a hole in the middle. Look at that. See it? It's a canal. This canal is built by the water. Because the water is dropping all the time, right? 10 count them. You can figure out how they are. Oh, they're heavy, right?
Oh, is it? Oh, very heavy.
Yeah.
Oh.
The high levels in the last 300,000 years. Methane, it's a gas for the global warming, right?
Yes.
So with these things, you can see the levels of methane. So
Ooh.
they are like a book. They have a lot of information.
Ooh.
Okay, guys. And we have to place some fishes. Right there is a catfish. See it?
Yeah.
And too much sediment, right? See it? Of calcium. And you will see all the places covered, all the shallow covered by seeds from the bats. See it?
Yeah.
Hey guys, we have to speak slowly because it's a private cenote, okay? So, like that.
We had to be sneakily quiet, but everyone in our group kept talking.
Ay, que no pasa nada, hombre. They're scared of the bats, right?
Do they bite?
No.
No.
Here, the bats will eat fruit and mosquitoes.
Oh.
Guys, you will see in the shallow covered by seeds.
Our tour guide sneaked us into a private cenote. As long as you buy the land on top and your land happened to have a cenote sitting on the bottom of it, then that cenote belongs to you. There's bats flying behind him and he doesn't even know. Fishes are the type of fish that eat your dead skin. There's shops up and down 5th Street selling fish pedicures. Watch day 4 of my video to see. I'm glad we got the private tour because when we got there was a lot of people in the group, were at least 15 each. We asked, and it turned out that these people sign up through their cruise ship. Large group is bad because it means everyone is bunched together and more chances of getting kicked. Not only was it a large group, their time in the cenote was significantly shorter. We started almost the same time, but when we were walking to the second cenote, they were already heading back. The only difference was that they had a tequila tasting at the end of their trip, which probably explains why their cenote time was so much shorter. Trust me, you want to get as much cenote time as you can in there. I didn't want to leave. I was always the last one out of the water. $35 a person off of TripAdvisor. It includes all the gears you'll need: the snorkels, the water shoes, lockers, flashlights, and wetsuit. The water was about 70 degrees. If you're afraid of cold water, then I recommend wearing their wetsuit. A lot of the girls in our group were shivering, and at first they didn't want to jump in the water too. You don't want something you could have prevented to ruining your experience there. Makes you feel any better, our tour guide wore one too. The whole experience lasted about 2 hours. Our guide went over by a little, maybe over 15 minutes, because he wanted to show us a private cenote. It's amazingly beautiful just to see the different reflections of the cave, just depending on how you flash your flashlight. We forgot our waterproof bag for our cell phone, so we didn't have it during the cenote. They do sell them on 5th Street for $25, but if you walk to Walmart, they sell it for $10. That's so much better. For this trip, all I had was a GoPro with a waterproof case along with a yellow floaty attachment. That came in real handy because I had a hard time juggling the GoPro and the flashlight while swimming. I didn't want to drop it in the water and lose it forever. I did drop the flashlight once, but was lucky enough that someone in the back picked it up before it sank.
If we have many of them, so it means we have many waterfalls around. We have some spaces without them.
The rock formation looks like a shark's mouth, or it can look like a woman's vagina. All depends on your imagination.
Por el proceso de formación están vacías. You remember, because the process of the stalactites, they are hollow. Remember? ¿Se acuerdan de eso? Okay.
Wow.
And the stalagmites are solid. Las estalagmitas son sólidas. ¿Por qué? El proceso es diferente. The process of the stalactites, they accumulate, and the molecules of calcium, they stick around. But once they got dry, so they start to grow up just like that. And the stalagmites is different because the molecules of calcium go over and over and over again. They start to grow up just like that, and they don't have a hole. They don't have a canal, right? They don't have a canal. Okay? For that reason, we doesn't have sun in the stalactites, right?
He handed us the sand from the ground and told us to exfoliate our skin with it. Free facial spa. It was great.
Exfoliation. Yeah. Actually, I have 90 years old. Because I do every day.
At the end, we gather in a circle, turn off all the flashlights, stay in darkness just to enjoy how peaceful this place is. I totally recommend this tour. We had such a great experience. The only thing I didn't like was we were the only couple that needed English translation, so most of the time the tour guide spoke Spanish. I really wish we could have been included in some of their jokes. It was nice the couple that could speak English would translate some of the jokes to us. Our tour guide did do a very good job explaining everything in details, and I understood his English perfectly. He also was very passionate about preserving the cenotes, which I understand we should be doing because we don't want places like these to die due to the pollution we have created. The Kansas steak wasn't that good. My husband ordered his steak to be raw, and it did come out raw, but because they didn't allow enough resting time before serving the steak, the juices leaked out, and over time, the steak became a little tough. We did not like the cream artichoke at all. We literally just took a bite of it and left it alone for the rest of the meal. The artichoke was just too hard to chew. The cream corn was really good, but it had a lot of butter. It was gross to see the corn coagulate when it got cold. It was really good, so worth the extra fattiness. I loved how there were so many types of breads and sauces to try. I wish they didn't take away our bread when the dishes came. They took them away so fast, I didn't even realize they were gone until it was too late. The Australian Kobe was good, but my favorite was, of course, the Japanese Kobe. My least favorite was the American Wagyu. I had my steak cooked medium rare because for Kobe steak, you don't want them raw. You want the fat on the meat to break down and liquefy so that the fat can just melt in your mouth. The cotton candy was amazing. It reminded me of the cotton candy I grew up with in Taiwan. They use real sugar instead of fructose corn syrup. You can see that the real sugar reacts differently. It starts to melt all quicker. And if you look closely, it's dripping off the stick. So good, you just gotta see me take another bite. If you're there for your birthday like I was, this was a perfect place to celebrate. The sparkler on the free cake was so awesome. It's like a mini fireworks show. Happy birthday to me! Oh, I'm so full. Walking off my food belly now. Down a small alleyway off of 5th Street between Calle 6 and Calle 8, you'll see lots of beautiful art. Thanks for watching my vlog of day 2 in Playa del Carmen. Follow the link to day 3. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any more videos to come. Vlog you next time. Bye!